After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, people in Europe faced harsh, tumultuous political wars and religious struggles. During the early Middle Ages, Europeans faced the rise of the feudal system, and situations for common people were very difficult. However, situations kept improving as the system was more and more stabilized. The members of the nobility were expected to fight and offer security for their families and their serfs. On the other hand, serfs were subservient, and they used to pay harsh taxes and rents for their lords, knights, barons, and king. The basic means of earning was either to fight as a soldier or to work as a peasant or serf. As a result, there was plenty of time for peasants and nobles to enjoy and entertain themselves. According to available historical records, people of the medieval ages enjoyed many holidays. Besides Sundays, they used to enjoy around 8 weeks of holidays in a year, during which they were considered free from any work. In addition, medieval people also scheduled specific times for sports. However, almost all sports of the medieval ages were designed with the motive of increasing the fighting capacities of the people as soldiers. There was a significant influence of the feudal system over the Middle Ages sports. Lords of manors were expected to provide trained soldiers for kings that could be used at times of need against invaders, barbarians, and other enemies. Every knight needed to attain exceptional fighting skills and all techniques of war. As a result, lords of manors used to improvise and encourage such sports which were designed to offer fighting and weapon practices for sportsmen. These activities are used to encourage common men to take better care of their physical capabilities. Sporting contests of the Middle Ages. The feudal system of the Middle Ages offered proper chances for everyone to gain a reputation and higher social rank. A knight who could prove his fighting abilities during a war or the sporting tournaments was often awarded with a great wealth. A peasant, who could perform better during these sports events, was used to get more land from the lords of manors. As a result, these sporting events and contests gained huge popularity among the masses, and people enthusiastically took part in them. Tournaments and justs were considered big sporting events, including dangerous sports and games. Many contestants in these tournaments used to be killed while playing those dangerous games. The participant in such tournaments and justs needed to attain quinton and pell training. Archery, a major Middle Ages sports. Archery was considered an important medieval sport during the Middle Ages, and it was not only a sport, rather it became an essential skill to be acquired by everyone by law. In 1252, the medieval archery law was passed, according to which every Englishman of the age between 15 and 60 years was required to equip himself with a bow and arrows. People were specifically trained to perform archery in specifically designated areas which were used to be known as butts. Englishmen invented the long bow, which was an important weapon that helped the English to defeat the French in the Battle of Crécy in 1346. According to historical estimates, around 2,000 French knights and soldiers were killed by long bow arrows, while the English lost just 50 soldiers. Other important sports of the medieval period apart from archery, other Middle Ages sports included bowls, football, game ball, hammer throwing, shinty, horseshoes, jousting at tournaments, skittles, stool ball, and wrestling. All these were outdoor sporting games. Golf was specifically played by the members of the nobility. It was similar to the present-day golf game, and it is considered as the ancestor game of golf. Similarly, shinty, which was also known as hurling, was similar to the present-day game of hockey, while stool ball was similar to cricket. Skittles was a game that was very similar to ten-pin bowling. All these games were designed to increase the physical strength, stamina, and fighting skills of soldiers and common people. In addition, there is evidence that people of the medieval period also enjoyed playing sports like a form of ice skating, in which the contestants used to strap the shin bones of cows or other cattle to their feet and use them to skate on frozen ponds or lakes. They also used to play fighting with cudgels, which was a kind of club. In addition, people of the medieval period also used to play a primitive form of badminton in which they used a ball and paddles. Games for serfs and peasants during the Middle Ages. In addition, peasants also had some specific games such as folk football, a wild game in which members of a village used to contest with members of another village. The serfs and peasants were often invited to watch the games of aristocracy during the tournaments. However, they were not allowed to take part in these tournaments. Peasant women were also encouraged to take part in certain games. They could participate freely in foot races and ball games of the medieval period. However, the ladies of nobility used to take part in hunting while they were allowed to keep falcons. On the other hand, women of the middle class often used to be spectators alone. Indoor games of the medieval period. While medieval society provided enough chances for Middle Ages sports, they were not as well organized and entertaining as the sports of the classical Roman Empire were. Apart from these sports, which were designed to increase the fighting skills of knights, soldiers, and peasants, the medieval society of Europe also enjoyed certain entertaining games, including card games, dice games, board games, and children's games. Some of the indoor games which were very popular during the Middle Ages were chess, backgammon, nine men's Morris, and Albuquerque, which was a strategy game and is considered the ancestor of checkers, fox, and geese, another strategy game, the philosopher's game, another strategy game that included numbers, shovelboard, knucklebones, and hazard, an ancestor game of craps. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.